I seen a Sky Dreadnought today. It's November 23rd, 2016. The main thing is right now I'm on the quest to save Christmas, man. I gotta save Christmas. Early this morning. So strange, you know. This morning they was spraying the sky. Spraying the sky. It looked like a plane. It looked like a plane. Now that's disturbing to me. I'm out there, I'm putting my helmet on, getting my shit on, and I'm looking up this way. And there goes the big long line. Long one. This one just goes. And then it stops. And then you could see, like, the plane wasn't there on that one. Like, the plane left. And then this is what was so strange, man. Pardon me. And there it was, man. There it was. You could see the chemtrail, chemical trail. I'm sorry, people, but it's nanoparticulates. Let's just get it straight. They're spraying nanoparticulates. I see this cigar-shaped ship. There's a flicker. It's a glow. It's a glow, cylindrical glow. About that, like that long. Yeah, just like that. Look like that. To about right there. Yeah, so it looked like that. Way up there. Way, yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah. So it's way up there like that. Kind of at a different angle, though. And it's glowing. It's glowing because the light is hitting it and it's refracting as like a reflector. Let's get back to the reflecting light. And the Dreadnought, Sky Dreadnought in the air. Right there where they was spraying that chemtrail. And you know what? This also goes back to other footage, the other video where the TR-3B is also involved or at the scene when they're spraying. Okay, now we have a spraying program and the internet's not even safe. Imagine that you think our nanoparticulate is safe. We spray the wrong stuff on one time. So that's got to end right there, Mr. Trump. Andrew Basiago will end chemtrails. He will. He'll end them. And you're going to like that. Everybody likes that shit. Everybody like it. Everybody like it. So 10 minutes, nobody likes to listen to anybody for 10 minutes. Anyway, I seen a Sky Dreadnought today. It's November 23rd, 2016. Right there in the beginning of the morning, and there was a big chemtrail in the sky, and sure enough, there was a shining flicker up in that cloud, outside of the cloud, not in it, but outside of it, and proportioned right. It was very small, but guess what it did? This is where we gotta go with the talk, bro. You know what it did? It went into hyperspace. hyperspace, man. Hyperspeed, pardon me, not hyperspace. It went into hyperspeed, which is an existence of hyperspace. So, anyway, that's these electromagnetics, bro. Unlock it all the way. And you can transmutate the elements. You can levitate. You can travel at hyper speed. You can teleport nearly, it's the same thing as teleport. The movie Flash was on last night. Flash is the suit. Flash has the suit, There's that big dreadnought too, the big dreadnought. Now look, I think that photo got leaked. The big dreadnought, that was somebody, Russians. The Russians spy on us. So every time they spy on us, they hack our shit. Then they put it all on YouTube. And somehow, some way, all that shit dumps in my lap. It comes across my thing. I follow thousands of people, man. On YouTube, I follow too many. But the category and it puts me together with the right people. That Google Analytics. We're rare though. We're rare. The main thing is right now I'm on the quest to save Christmas, man. I gotta save Christmas. And I'm gonna get into that cloaking paint because they're mining the bottom of the seafloor for plankton. And believe it or not, they can sort out the geometric patterns of all this plankton. Hello, friends. I'm here right now, and I'm predicting that you're a giver. You're a giver, and you made the give, and you supported a crazy guy on YouTube, and this guy, I'm gonna show you some weird stuff. You're gonna like it. So, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you again.
America was gripped with UFO sightings and flying saucer fever. The military was eager to deny it was anything to do with them, and went on television to reassure the American public.
We can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any agency of the United States.
Then in July 1947, in the midst of the UFO fever, came a startling report by another serving American officer. He announced to the press the discovery of remains from a flying saucer found in Roswell, New Mexico. Within hours, the story of the Roswell incident exploded around the world. The American military panicked. Again, they issued an official statement designed to reassure an anxious public, denying the remains were from a flying saucer. They maintained that it was simply a weather balloon. Behind all these American denials was a more ominous possibility for the military. Assuming the UFOs were not from outer space, flown by aliens, perhaps all these sightings were evidence of an enemy closer to home.
The American military were inundated by all kinds of UFO reports, and that drove them to the idea that perhaps some of those UFO missions were the Soviets.
It was not until 20 years later that the U.S. government was forced to confess that the Roswell incident back in 1947 was in fact secret military testing by the Americans. They published a report which concluded that what was recovered was not the remains of an extraterrestrial spacecraft, but debris from a then classified Army Air Force research project, codenamed Mogul. It was not until 20 years later that the U.S. government was forced to confess that the Roswell incident back in 1947 was in fact secret military testing by the Americans. It was not until 20 years later that the U.S. government was forced to confess that the Roswell incident back in 1947 was in fact secret military testing by the Americans.
It's trust but verify is how it works. You don't get to decide what I get to see. I get to see it all. I was elected by some 800,000 people to come to Congress and see classified information. I was elected by my colleagues here to be the chairman of this committee. That's the way our Constitution works. Will the FBI provide to Congress the full file with no redactions of personal identifiable information?
I cannot make that commitment sitting here today.
Then I'm going to issue a subpoena, and I'm going to do it right now.
It was not until 20 years later that the U.S. government was forced to confess that the Roswell incident back in 1947 was in fact secret military testing by the Americans.